All right, guys, so this video is going to be me removing the cluster out of the FD, and the reason I need to do this is because it needs to be sent out for repair. A lot of you probably don't know, but the FD clusters tend to fail, as in the mile per hour gauge will become very jumpy, the tach as well, and then the odometer section, basically the light, the digital readout of what your miles are, your trip, etc., fails also. So while everything still lights up, and for the most part this works, but sometimes it'll like jump and whatnot, and again, it's probably because of the board being old and whatnot. This rarely works. Like maybe 1 out of 10 times I drive it, this will work, and then honestly 1 out of 20 times that I start the car, this will actually display the correct miles of my car and whatnot. So I'm going to remove it. I'm going to send it out. I might also do a overlay change. There's a really cool one that this guy makes from Rev Limiter, I think is what it's called. I'm not sure yet. I may just keep the stock, get it repaired, and then just put it back in, because I mean the FD gauges do look pretty decent from factory, but there is a chance to kind of spice it up where they, you know, they change the red line, they change the design. Who knows? I still got to figure out if I want to do that or not. But so what I'm going to do is in this video is basically take the tach out, kind of show you how to do it. It takes a little bit of time. You need to be patient with it because the hoods tend to break, the clips in the back tend to break. You need to be careful. At the same time, while I'm pulling this out, I think I'm going to go ahead and get this repaired, since as you can see I got some scratches and whatnot. I'll either SEM coat it, which is like a texture coating. It's the same coating that's right here, that's on my steering wheel cover, or I will send it out for hydro dipping and just get it dipped. My clutch is actually in really good shape. It just needs to be sanded down, primed, and I can just dip it carbon. And I think it'll look good because this is carbon. This doesn't look terrible. It's okay. As well, I have a new shifter boot coming, and I have an actual, I have an e-brake boot coming, a new one, and then I actually have a new shifter boot coming. Both are going to be made out of suede or Alcantara, and both are going to have some stitching, and I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with the handle. But stay tuned, guys. I'll be back in a second. All right, so the first thing you want to do is pop this cover here on the side, and you want to remove the little screw that's right there. At least mine is a screw. Some people's might be a bolt. I don't know. Then, well, one thing that's easy for me is I have the Sparco steering wheel, so I pull that off first. I go ahead and remove the side cover. I pull the bolt. I go ahead and remove the steering column covers right here and the three bolts that hold them. And then I go ahead and remove the I think it's actually like 2 bolts or 4 bolts that hold this bottom tray. This is the tray I'm talking about right there. And then you pop it off. So this is as far as I remember so far. I think I have to actually drop the column, which I think it's 2 12-meter bolts, and then the column is going to drop down. And then from there I have to remember what the next step is. All right, so I got the column dropped. I pulled off the shifter cover because I might have to remove the radio cover. I'm not sure yet. Again, it's been a while since I've been in here, but I'm pretty sure if I tug on it right now, there's like 4 or 5 clips that hold the back of the hood, and it's right here, and it should slide forward. That's my understanding. All right, so hood's off, as you guys can see. I'm gonna go ahead and flip the, all right, so hood's off, as you guys can see. Went ahead and just gave it a nice couple pulls. Definitely heard something fall in the back. I'm gonna have to figure out what that is. And then besides that, I'm going to take a picture of the way the cluster wires come into the back of the tach, so that I can remember where they go to. It's probably pretty easy to remember, but I don't want, some of them I think have similar connectors, so I just don't want to forget or mix them up, because again, it's very nerve-wracking pulling this multiple times because things tend to break. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so you saw me basically pull it forward, pull it out the clips. Again, you know, here's the clips that are holding it in the top three. You know, what happens is usually it breaks these, you know, these snap. And, you know, that's not what we want. Luckily, mine's in great shape, which is awesome. Then I went ahead and labeled them because I hadn't done that before. And when I got the car, I was actually really confused putting these in. So cruise control, this is mile per hour, RPM, coolant. I believe this one does fuel and oil, I'm pretty sure. And then this one's the fog light. So I have them labeled up pretty neat. Again, it's out. They're going to be repairing the board on this. And then I also might be doing an overlay. I'm not sure yet. I really want a digital dash for the car, but again, it's so expensive. And the problem is that I'm running an LS1 motor, LS1 ECU. You know, this is all pre-CAN bus. So since it's pre-CAN bus, I don't have any of the good connectors. I'm not going to be able to send the correct signals to run a digital dash. The only way to do it properly would be to tap each pin at the ECU and then basically run analog inputs into like an ECM black display or an AIM dash or just something like that, right? So I don't know, but this is out. I'm going to send this out for repair probably next week. And then besides that, stay tuned for more videos, guys. Thanks.